Okay, so today's the first Tuesday of the month. Every auction, whether it's mortgage or a tax foreclosure auction, takes place the first Tuesday of the month, and this happens in every county throughout Texas, not just Bexar County, San Antonio, but every county this morning is having an auction. The only things that might change between these counties a little bit is the time of the auction and whether the auction is online or in person, how you pay at the end of the auction. That's pretty much it, right? But everything is pretty much the same format throughout Texas. First Tuesday of the month, Super Tuesday. Today, there's really no good properties on the list that I'll be going for. However, what I do want to do is shoot a video that describes exactly what's going on, because the process can be confusing and it's like, what's going on? What's that? Why are there so many numbers? What does lot, block, all that mean? We're gonna shoot a video and we're gonna tell you exactly what that means, that we just have a better understanding of how this process works. So one of the first things you want to do is figure out where the actual auction is taking place. Most of them will take place at the steps or right outside of the county courthouse. Some of them will take place online. That's very important. The next thing you want to understand is, how do I register for the auction? Bexar County does not allow you to register the day of. Some counties do. Bexar County, you have to register at least the day prior. Online auctions, you got to do it even earlier because they want a deposit, and it takes about 5 days for that deposit to hit. So that's very important to know. Next thing, you want to be able to see the list of the properties that are going for auction. Most of these can be found online through a website. You can simply call your county and figure out where they provide their list. The day of the auction, properties could get canceled, just like this one right here. That means it's not going to go for sale today. You're obviously going to want to do your due diligence on the property. So we have the case number here for each property. The case number is going to give us a lot of useful information. It's going to give us a lot of details about the specific sale. That can usually be found online, or sometimes you have to go to your actual courthouse and do a record search. This is going to tell us Bexar County et al. Versus the owner or anybody that has a lien on the property or ownership to the property. Minimum bid is going to tell us what the property is opening up for. There will also be post-judgment taxes which may come due. We're going to want to know the account number. That's very important to do our research. Really, addresses are not useful to us. City block number, new city block number, block lot number gives us an exact location of where the property is located within the county. Here are addresses as well, but addresses can be deceiving. So you want to research the suit. You want to research any liens that may be on the property. You want to research any back taxes that may be due on the property. Now, once all that's done and the deal looks good, you need to go inspect the property. This is one of the most critical parts, because it's going to tell you how much money you're going to need to put into that property for it to be profitable. The other thing there too is also understanding the market. Understanding the market right now is probably one of the most difficult things, especially in a down market. What a property may have been worth a year ago or 2 years ago that you remember, it's not the same thing. Is it going to keep trending downward? Hopefully not. But that's the kind of the risk that you take when you're dealing with real estate. So understanding your market is extremely important. Understanding how to rehab property is extremely important. And then understanding how to do that due diligence research. The most vital things, and all this can either make or break your bank.
Fees to pay for all successful bids.
So every auction is started off with a disclosure by the county
money
sheriff.
Order immediately following each auction at which successful bid is made. Bidder agrees and understands that should bidder fail to comply with the agreement, he or she shall be liable to Bexar County in the amount prescribed by Rule 652, Texas Rules of Civil Procedure. Bidder represents that bidder has complied with Tax Code Section 34015.
Who that is over here?
What's up, man? Regarding delinquent taxes from the Bexar County Tax.
So I hope you were able to take some useful information away from these videos today. If you want to know more in-depth details on these specific topics, you can go over to my YouTube channel at taxdeedmentor.com. So I hope that these videos were helpful and informative today, and I really encourage you to do your homework before deciding to jump into this. If you'd like to know more in-depth details on those topics that I went over today, you can go ahead and just click this link right below. It takes you over to my YouTube channel, where I have years of videos there on extensive work that I've been doing in this field and just a bunch of free answers in there for you guys. You can also message us at 210-767-CASA. That's 210-767-CASA if you'd like to learn more or be interested in like a mentorship program or in furthering your education in this. Yeah. So I hope you guys were able to take away a lot of useful information from today's videos. If you'd like to know more in-depth details on a lot of the topics that I discovered today, you can go ahead and click this link right down below. It'll take you to my YouTube channel where I discuss all these things in depth, just a bunch of free information for you guys to, like I said, better understand what you're doing out here. My goal in this is to make sure that you guys just make wise decisions and don't go throwing a lot of money away by making poor choices. So that content is all for free.